ASEAN at a Crossroads. Malaysia hosts the 46th ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur by Azlan Adnan. The 46th ASEAN Summit, set to take place from 26th to 27th May 2025 at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, KLCC, marks a pivotal moment for Southeast Asia's leading regional bloc. Under the stewardship of Malaysia, which holds the ASEAN Chairmanship for 2025, this year's summit unfolds against a complex backdrop of geopolitical tension, economic transition, and growing demands for regional inclusivity and sustainability. The official theme, Inclusivity and Sustainability, reflects Malaysia's vision to foster a more cohesive, equitable, and environmentally conscious ASEAN community. As the host nation, Malaysia is preparing to welcome leaders and senior officials from all 10 ASEAN member states, alongside invited guests from China and the Gulf nations. The summit is expected to attract more than 20,000 delegates, dignitaries, and support staff, turning central Kuala Lumpur into a temporary capital of regional diplomacy. In preparation, Malaysia has undertaken extensive logistical and security arrangements, including large-scale training exercises and site inspections led by Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim and the National Security Council, NSC. This year's agenda is wide-ranging and deeply consequential. Key issues on the table include the ongoing crisis in Myanmar, which has strained ASEAN unity since the military coup of 2021. While ASEAN's five-point consensus remains the bloc's formal position, progress has stalled amid criticism of Myanmar's non-compliance. The summit is anticipated to revisit this thorny issue, with some leaders advocating a stronger enforcement mechanism or enhanced engagement with Myanmar's national unity government. Maritime security, especially in the South China Sea, will also dominate the discussions. As territorial disputes escalate and regional waters grow increasingly militarized, ASEAN seeks to balance diplomacy with deterrence. China's assertive actions in contested waters remain a critical concern for several ASEAN members, particularly the Philippines and Vietnam. Observers expect Malaysia to steer discussions towards a renewed commitment to the long-delayed code of conduct in the South China Sea, while managing broader tensions between China and the United States. Economic cooperation remains the bedrock of ASEAN's regional identity, and the summit will provide a platform to strengthen post-pandemic recovery and advance digital and green economy frameworks. With regional supply chains reconfiguring in the wake of global disruptions, the ASEAN Economic Community, AEC, aims to deepen integration through new trade facilitation measures, labor mobility initiatives, and infrastructure connectivity. Malaysia is expected to highlight sustainable finance, halal trade, and digital infrastructure as key areas for collective action. Security remains a top priority. The Royal Malaysia Police, supported by the armed forces and auxiliary agencies, has implemented rigorous safety protocols. Crisis management drills, cybersecurity preparations, and intelligence coordination have been scaled up significantly. At a high-profile site inspection in early May, Prime Minister Anwar emphasized that Malaysia is ready to ensure the smooth and secure conduct of the summit, in line with our international responsibilities. Beyond the core meetings, the 46th ASEAN Summit will also serve as a springboard for a series of high-level dialogues with external partners later in the year. In October 2025, Malaysia will again play host to the ASEAN Plus summits, involving China, South Korea, Japan, Australia, India, and the United States. These meetings are expected to broaden the scope of regional cooperation on climate change, digital governance, and strategic stability in the Indo-Pacific. At this critical juncture in ASEAN's evolution, the 46th Summit is more than a ceremonial gathering. It is a test of the region's ability to respond collectively to shared challenges. Malaysia's chairmanship, with its emphasis on inclusivity and sustainability, signals a desire to chart a bold and unified course forward. Whether ASEAN can overcome its internal divisions and assert greater strategic autonomy remains to be seen, but the stakes for its 650 million citizens have never been higher. References: A Heartfelt Light, To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope, so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed, now seek the skies, and slowly, clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again. Its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.